Hey, how you doing? I hope your day treated you all right. But even if it did or it didn't, it's over with now. You made it. So go on, get comfortable, breathe a little deeper. Let that tension in your shoulders drop. You don't have to be anywhere doing anything. It's time for you to rest. I'm Julius King, and tonight I'm gonna tell you a story. Not the kind you heard when you was little. This one's for grown folks. It's calm, it's a little funny, and by the end of it, if I done my job, you already be drifting off. So close your eyes, and if they ain't closed already, let me tell you the story of why Cinderella ain't waiting no more. Once upon a time, somewhere between back then and right now, there lived a young woman named Ella. Folks around the house start calling her Cinderella after the fireplace left a little ash on her cheeks one winter. It was meant as an insult, but she ain't mine. She like warm things, quiet, earned. Her father had passed, left her with a stepmother who ran the house like a petty little kingdom. Strict rules, fake smiles, and a whole lot of be grateful. And two stepsisters, loud and messy, always talking like they had an audience. They weren't cruel in a fairy tale way. They were cruel in that everyday kind of way. The kind that wears you down, soft and slow. But Cinderella, she just kept cleaning, cooking, dreaming, waiting on the day she could walk away, quietly, with peace. Now across town, the royal palace had a problem. The prince, tall, fine, built like a blessing, or maybe a sin. He was still unmarried. Not because he wasn't trying. He just hadn't found anything real on Tinder. Because, Tinder is full of crazies. And anyway, every woman he met wanted the crown, not the man wearing it. So his royal advisors, who doubled as stylists and like unofficial hype men and club promoters and stuff, they decided to throw a ball. One night only, formal wear required, vibes negotiable. The stepsisters were losing their minds. One tried on a dress that looked like satin regret. The other said, "It's giving royalty." That's like some Gen Z type of stuff they say when they do TikTok dances. Anyway, Cinderella didn't say a word. She just kept sweeping or using a Swiffer. Do people still sweep? It's like robots and AI and stuff. Anyway, don't even think about going. Her stepmother said, "You ain't got the look, you ain't got the dress, and you sure ain't got the face." Later that night, the house was quiet. Cinderella stood in the kitchen, barefoot, lit by moonlight, talking to herself in a whisper. "I wish I could go," she said, "not to be seen, just to feel like I belong in the room." And just like that, her fairy godmother showed up. Not floating, not glittering. She walked in through the back door like she had been there before, holding a glass of wine and wearing some Crocs. "Girl," she said, "you too fine to be mopping on a Saturday night." She snapped her fingers, and just like that, the work clothes melted into a black dress that hugged Cinderella like it missed her. Her sneakers turned into heels. Her curls popped like joy, and a silver Dodge Hellcat Escalade truck Hemi car pulled up outside like it had been waiting on her soul. "But listen here," said the fairy. "You got to midnight now. After that, it all goes back and that Hellcat Charger truck get repo'd." Cinderella smiled and left. The ball, pure chaos. Sparkles, perfume, people posing and pretending, and the prince, he looked bored out of his royal mind until she walked in. Oh, she didn't strut. She didn't pose. She just moved like peace. And when they danced, it wasn't fireworks. It was silence. Soft, safe, familiar. They talked, they laughed, shared the kind of stillness that feels like home. But when the clock struck midnight, she ran. She didn't say goodbye. She didn't look back. She left behind one perfect heel. The prince picked it up and held it like something sacred. He didn't even know her name, but he knew the feeling, and he wasn't about to let that go. The next day, he went looking, door to door, block to block. Every woman tried on the shoe. Some squeezed, some lied. One even tried a fake limp. But then he got to a quiet little house. The one with the woman who didn't chase anything but peace. Cinderella stepped forward. No makeup, no magic, just herself. And when she slid that heel on, pause, bruh, like maybe 100 women just put their feet in this heel. And when she slid that heel on, it just didn't fit. It felt like the truth. When the prince saw that it fit, he knew he had found who he was looking for. But she didn't melt in his presence. She said, "Let's start with coffee, because you don't even know me yet." He laughed, and he took her up on their offer. So they went to Starbucks, and then I think they got a pink drink, right? Or not a pink drink, like a nitro turbo cold brew espresso, or one of those drinks that they have that I don't know. Anyway, they lived happily ever after, one day at a time. The moral of this story is that Cinderella didn't wait around for magic. She showed up anyway. She didn't need no prince to save her, but she chose someone who saw her clearly. And the real fairy tale, it wasn't in the slipper. It was in being seen, being chosen by yourself first. Also, do you think that they use some type of a disinfectant to spray the slipper after like 7, 8, 10, 20, 60, 70 people put their feet in it? You know? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much. If you enjoyed this, then I would love if you would like comment and say that you enjoyed it. If you sleep right now, you can't hear this. So when you wake up, listen to this video story again. I will see you later.